My name is Dan Yeffet, Israeli born, Paris-based designer, educated in the Netherlands. It's hard for me to give you an introduction who I am because I'm kind of exploring constantly my borders and what's the next thing. Probably looking at what I did until today, there is some kind of a line or something that can identify me, but I would say simplicity, emotional design, and material-orientated or technology-orientated. It's very generic because it's done intuitively. We can all describe it, but I think that that's a creative part of us. We'll start with the piece that I'm sitting on. It's a glass stool that was done for a Heyman edition, French editor. The last 3 years were a lot of glass involved in my creation, so it came out that we decided to explore another use of glass, and we turned into glass tools. Also, this piece for Heyman, it's the fact that people are not used to sit on glass. It's again this kind of abusing almost materials where we are so set to think what should be done, how, then we are not. Sometimes we stop to explore and we take it as it is. So sitting on a piece of glass is also, which is quite rigid, it's quite interesting. For example, there is the lamp that was done now for La Chance, which is called Apollo. Which is taking the use of materials in a way which we are not normally are used to see, which is marble and glass. And usually what we do is marble is always the base for things. As you can see here in the mirror, it's always something which communicates with heaviness, stability. And we've placed it on top of the glass in order to have this kind of tension in the object, that piece of marble that floats over a light source. That was a pretty challenging technical-wise piece to achieve, like to find the right balance, but I was very happy to finalize it. Obviously there is the series of lights called balloons, which are testing how should I put it, artisanal, the way of doing glass, to reaching a maximum size with hand-blowing glass, which are quite extraordinary in the sense of size. There is a new series of tables which has came out, which has again questioning. We are always dealing with, for example, with tables. We are always dealing with tables as structural, as aesthetical aspects, and there is one territory, which is the top of the table, which is always plain, because we need to eat on it, we need to use it. And it's an untouched place that we always respect. And in the new collection that was done for Galerie Ben Simon in Paris, it was the whole table is about the top. There's a whole big game, it's called the Tangram table. And it's about misusing the top in such a way that it becomes something else. It's still usable in the same way, but we play with it. As everything ties to everything, and the financial crisis that we're experiencing in the last couple of years had quite an effect over the design scene, which was quite in a decadent kind of era. We had everything from everything. Everything was overdone, over-designed, high-end materials, expensive technologies, and we got to a point which you say, okay, this doesn't work anymore. Companies which had the biggest companies, the Italian companies, for example, which had the structural thing which collapsed slowly due to this collapse. It's maybe a hard word to use, but had difficulties. What happened basically is that we went a few steps backwards. We started to communicate again, not just behind the screen with the computer or sketching, but going to what used to be design before, meaning going to the wood maker, going to the glass blower, and in a way, 2 years ago, I said that we are experiencing some kind of a period which is called back to basics. We stopped what we did, also me, which I used high-end technologies, which was nice exploring, but we did go back to basic, and we started again, simplicity, raw materials, working with our hands, understanding how can we contribute to the situation. And as a result, a lot of small editors, which have the flexibility of being a very small team, running small editions, popping up and embracing more and more designers, allowing more people to express themselves, more or less. It's becoming more and more international in the sense that if before you could pinpoint something and say like, this is very Frenchy, it's not the case anymore. The way of the French client or the French industry is much more open and much more accepting of new things, allowing experimental approaches, allowing adopting other cultures into their own cultures, which is a very, in a way, orthodox culture, the background, the French background, and allowing people like me, which with a foreign background, integrating into the scene and contributing what I can. There was something that I said once as a joke, but when I thought of it, I think I would like to have a flower shop. I'll tell you why as well, because I thought it's an illusion. I thought that it's one of those places that people buy always, most of the time, with a smile on their face. Besides some event which you buy flowers for the wrong reasons, so I like communicating with people. I like to work with a team. I like to work with, and it's important for me that the people that I work with, whether it's the clients or or the end users or my team that we work together, are happy. I mean, at the end, it's just it's a profession. I mean, we should be happy.